Damron-Brown.
Welcome, San Joaquin. I'm so excited to be here today with Taylor Diede. She's a good friend of mine, fellow classmate from Leadership Lodi. But today we are going to be talking about Got Kids, and she is the vice president of this amazing organization. Welcome, Taylor. Thank you for being here.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited that you're here today, too. So tell our audience, what is Got Kids?
Well, it stands for Giving Opportunities to Kids. And while teachers have to facilitate all of the experiences, academic and fun for these kids, they can't come out of pocket all the time. And so what we try to do is facilitate making those possible with our fundraisers and then throwing it back at these opportunities, these learning experiences. Getting them to places with transportation, getting clothes to them if they need some extra clothes, food, learning experiences with local organizations like we just recently implemented a Headwaters program over at Lodi Lake this summer. That was a huge deal because a lot of these kids have never been on a kayak before. We do a lot with WOW Museum, bringing them to the classroom, and then of course bringing them out to Lodi Lake for our science camp this summer. That was a lot of fun, and they learn a lot about things that are around them all the time, but they just don't know how they work. So they get that explained to them, and it makes it all relative.
And WOW is amazing, and I want to give a shout out to the Rotary Club of Lodi because they've had a big part in WOW. And it's awesome because kids need the opportunity to do things and explore things, and it gives them confidence and knowledge. Is this all education focused, or do you have other opportunities that are just building things for them?
We do focus on arts as well. We have an art show that goes on every spring. That's a lot of fun for the kids to be able to showcase what they are passionate about. Also music, if we can fund in any way. We usually have done grants where the teachers have sent in applications and requested money for what they are planning to do. We're looking to kind of transform to a new system because we are growing, and we would like to put on our own programs and have the students and teachers kind of come into things that we've organized. It makes it a little bit easier. Teachers won't have to do as much planning and things like that, but that's still in the works.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about who can participate in Got Kids. What age kids are these, and where are they coming from?
Yeah. Well, we want to say all ages because we do all students, and then we actually provide scholarships for graduating students who are going to extended learning as well. And so I would say all ages, but we do focus in the Lodi Unified School District just to keep the funds where the kids are in our community. But that is out in Lockford, that's in North Stockton, surrounding areas of Lodi, Acampo.
It's a big footprint.
It is, yeah. So we're getting kids from all different communities, all different walks of life, and so we get to.
And then the teacher initiates an application for her class?
That is how we have done it thus far. We're transitioning right now into a new system where we're going to hopefully create our own programs and then get the teachers involved with that and the students.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And currently, how many classrooms or schools are you working with?
Oh, goodness. Well,
if you don't know, that's okay.
Yeah,
say roughly.
It's endless. Well, just to give a number of something, we with the science camp last year we had 60 kids. This year we did 90 kids.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a huge experiment, and then I think we're gonna maybe try to pare it down a little bit. That's fourth through sixth grade, just so that each kid is getting an intimate experience because, like I said, a lot of them have never been able to get out there and do those outdoor activities, and now they become familiar. They get their families out there, and it puts it up a generation and then again lower generation, so younger
awesome.
Siblings, yeah.
And you're reaching lots of kids, and that's exciting. Talk about the camp. Is it a day camp? Is it overnight? What happens during those 3 days?
Well, we bus them out in the morning. They start their camp at 10 a.m. and we rotate 3 activities during each day, and it's 3 days of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. completely free to these kids.
Awesome. That was my next question,
Yeah.
is there a fee for this?
No, and it's great because we provide the transportation, so the parents don't have to worry about getting them there. They don't have to worry about where they are. We're adamant about making sure that the kids are there who are supposed to be there. And then the activities are donated, or, you know, they give us a good deal. WOW gives us a good deal on activities. This year we had Five Window Brewing Company come out. Joe Ehlers, he helped do some activities, did some cornhole tournaments with them, got them excited. Like I said, Headwaters was out there teaching them how to get on the water. We have Kathy Grant, who is just a phenomenal human being. She comes out and teaches them about water surface treatment and about the water that they're drinking and consuming in other ways, and how it's important for them to be responsible with what they're consuming and how they take care of their environment. We also had some jewelry making this year with a professional artist, and then we also had some fly fishing. Dina Mason and the Delta fly fishermen came out, taught them how to tie flies, taught them the importance of the art, you know, let them swing the rods around a little
cool.
bit. Yeah, it was very cool.
Awesome.
And they get excited.
And when a teacher applies for this, does the whole class go? Is she picking select kids that are interested in science, or how does that work?
So this actually, they are made aware through the teachers and through flyers and stuff, but this is individual application.
Okay.
So if you go to our website or our Facebook account, our website is gotkidsca.org. And we have all of our information for new events and opportunities for kids to get out there and have fun and learn while they're doing it. And then the teachers will help us facilitate getting the applications in and getting kids interested.
Excellent. And are teachers participating at the events?
Oh, yes. We have 3 wonderful teachers that come out, and they help us to, you know, their teacher skills. That's a special skill to be a teacher. So I'm not a teacher. I do love kids. But they help me with their skill set on keeping the kids comfortable, organized, moving forward, and engaged. So
Awesome.
It's very important.
Excellent. And I love the way that you said that. That was cool. Do you want to give them a shout out?
I had Erin Montoya, Laura Rodriguez, and Ann Suela. They, they're just phenomenal. And they teach me things. The kids teach me things. I mean, it's a very unique experience. I'm able to learn new things about myself as an adult through these kids. And then, the teachers definitely teach me their skills, you know? So, and I'm raising my own kids, so it helps a lot. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So talk about, how was this organization founded? Because it sounds really unique, and I love that you're pairing with the school system and that it has a strong foundation in science.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting relationship, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It was really just a group of professionals who either had kids go through the Lodi Unified School District, or were, just involved with the school district board, or just people in the community that wanted to make sure that these opportunities were still alive. Opportunities that I had when I was a kid, or that their kids had when they went through, that might be a little bit more difficult as, things with the government changes, funding, things like that. But what I really love about Got Kids and what their purpose is it keeps the creativity alive. And that's what's important with classrooms. Teachers are inspired beings. They go in because they have a passion for something, not just because they, need to make some money. And so when you have too many regulations put on you, it makes it really difficult to be inspired and then to inspire these young minds. And so when you have someone come outside, volunteers, as you know, come and help you perform something that you're passionate about, it keeps that creativity alive.
It's huge. It's amazing.
Definitely.
It's definitely a win-win, and the children are our future.
Yes.
And science, to me, is such a pivotal area, and I know you're doing the arts and music as well, but we need to keep kids inspired in that area because they're going to be making the future discoveries.
And there are now too, and that's something that's becoming abundantly clear, because we heard just the other day that gang activity is targeting younger and younger because of how the laws are formulated, and that's pivotal. And so keeping them engaged in other activities that keep their minds sharp and, aware of
Keeping
things.
them on the right path.
Yeah, that's really important. But we are growing, and we're trying to put our hands in agriculture. We're trying to put our hands in sports science, all kinds of things. So growth, and inspiring growth in them. That's what our goal is. So.
And did you want to give a shout out to any of the founding members of Got Kids?
I actually don't know exactly who it was. I know that my uncle Steve Diede, he was one of the founding members, and he's a huge inspiration for me. Lynn Abey, we often joke that this is her baby because she spends so much time making sure that these opportunities are ripe. Kathy Washer, superintendent, she's a very important mind to have around. She's got great ideas. And I could list, I would just be afraid of forgetting anybody. But we have Mark Bregman. He's our former president. I know that he was one of the founders. And we actually just recently got his wife on board because she's inspired to make a difference with us. George Neely, Joe Nava. Ron Freitas is our current president, and he's amazing. He does a great job with propelling new ideas. Because every time we have a new president come in, which is every year, we try to see how we can reprogram and be more efficient with our meetings, because we are not very super structured. It's, again, open for creativity in our board meetings, too, which is great for people like me who just want to have new ideas and run with it. And they're like, you go for it. You know what I mean? So that's great. And, we're always trying to just move forward. Right now, we're trying to, like I said, we're trying to move forward with new ideas. Volunteers that maybe don't have time to commit to being a board member, we want to create an avenue for them to become involved and create new opportunities for the kids to do things with the community. And
awesome.
Always investigating, yeah.
So if we have viewers or listeners that would like to volunteer, how do they go forward with that?
Well, definitely go to our website, gotkidsca.org, or to our Facebook page, like it, and see what we're about and how you can become involved, communicate with us. And it's always easier when we have someone asking to get involved for us to be able to delegate where they can go and be part of it. Just this morning I was talking to Lynn about this particular thing. We want to hopefully have the kids go to local events and be a presence, and volunteers, our Got Kids friends, could help us facilitate that,
Awesome.
Help organize them, because we like to do a lot, but our time is limited. And, there's people who want to give their time because time is money, and that's very important. So
Definitely.
We want to find ways where we can implement them, definitely.
Well, and volunteers can inspire the kids. They can be mentors. Mm-hmm. So you talked about science camp. Let's talk about some other specific activities that you guys do. And is this year-round, or is it just during the school year?
No, it's year-round. We are not really partnered with the Lodi Unified School District. We just choose to benefit them and their students specifically. But it is year-round. We do fundraisers. If you can't volunteer your time and you just want to come have a good time with us and give us your money, then we've got some events going on, and we'd love to have you, meet you, tell you about what our passions are, and get you involved. That's another way. We have a lot of fun at our events, actually.
Awesome.
People tell us all the time that they're some of the best in town. So
great. So let's talk about some of the fundraisers.
Yeah. So we have actually Headwaters decided to do a fundraiser for us this year.
Awesome.
Yeah. They're going to do the Lodi Lake Roundup. And we're going to go out there and help them put on a fun time on the water. And they're going to have some activities, some barbecuing, and I think music, they even said. This is their third annual. It's September 21st, and it's a morning event. It goes from 10 to 2. And they're actually going to give us the proceeds for the rentals for their kayaks.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's awesome.
And then we have casino night coming up. We were doing casino night every year, and last year we took it off to try another event. That was a lot of fun. This year we're bringing it back, and it's October 22nd. Tickets are on sale. I got some for you.
How
And
do people get tickets? Are they on the website?
you can definitely go to the website, go to
Okay.
Facebook, communicate with us. We're real people, so just any way you can get a hold of us, we'll respond, and we're quick about it. But you can also call the school district office. Lynn Avey would be able to get some tickets arranged for you. And yeah, gamble.
All right. And do you offer after-school programs as well to help with tutoring or things like that?
That's a really good idea. We should definitely talk about that. New programs that we're, actually structuring after pre-existing programs, and I definitely want to mention Cal Waste donates a number of tours of their facility for our kids each year. And then we provide the transportation to these tours. They take them around and teach them about their responsibility with waste and, being responsible with what they use and how they dispose of it. Things that even, putting your garbage can on the street side, we don't know enough about. And so these kids will go and learn exactly what's happening behind the scenes, bring it back home, and it can change everything.
How cool.
The environment, it can help animals, everything can change by that. So
That's awesome.
It is. And we're actually trying to implement a new program to teach them about water treatment, get them in there and teach them that there are job opportunities there. It's exciting. It's, science, hands-on, and it directly affects your community and the health. So
Totally.
Very
That's
important.
awesome. I was going to ask you if you are going to implement any of the places that we've gone with Leadership Lodi.
Yeah.
Because some of them the kids would be fascinated by.
Oh, I'm always thinking of ideas. It's so exciting. I'm sure that's why I was put in this program, because I knew I would get inspired. So, yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And I know you said the teachers promote this and offer this, but for maybe a school is not aware, how do the kids hear about this? Is this something that you make announcements about in the school district, or?
Yeah, the principals are pretty on board. Any teachers that know about us are pretty on board with making sure that kids know about things like science camp and whatnot, and they help us facilitate getting kids involved with our activities. It is a blessing that we have some board members from the school district board on our board, which, can publicize. They know the ins and outs. I wouldn't know. I would just be going around to parks, talking to kids. And these people are hands-on with these kids and teachers, and so they're able to really put it out there.
Awesome.
Let them know we're there.
And how are you incorporating art and music for them?
Well, the art show is definitely a big part, and they win prizes.
Oh, they compete.
Yeah, they do. They do really well. And then as far as doing any programs, I would like to do more of that. I can't think of any right now. Someone's going to kick me under the table later. But, we are also involved with different parts. Someone else comes on, they might not know as much about science camp because we have to do what we can do on limited time. But I'm an artist, and I would definitely like to see more of that, just the creativity, because even just behind scenes, if someone's creative, they can do a much better job at anything,
Awesome.
That's important, but we'll see.
And
Yeah.
when is the art show?
I'm not sure the exact date for next year, but it's in the springtime.
Spring.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And how many kids will compete in that?
And that's a good question too. I'm not aware, but
Okay.
I could definitely put it out with this post and say, hey, here's a few things I didn't know about, and now here's the answers, because that's really interesting. Yeah.
Well, and to me, we want to get exposure. So is there a fee to participate in the art show, and any student from the Lodi School District can participate?
Yes, as far as I know, it is just based on who enters.
Awesome.
And getting them out there and, exercising that part of their passion. Yeah.
Awesome. And what are your future goals? What's your vision for 5 years from now? Where would you like to see Got Kids?
Well, I would like to focus more on trade. I think that we, definitely it's
I
important.
can help you with that.
Yeah, it's important to make sure that people are exercising their minds, but I think it's also becoming more and more important that they realize, as young people, you don't have to be the smartest in the room to make a huge difference. And, it might not be on paper that you're not the smartest. It might be just, you're able to imagine things and create them. And so I would like to do more with tradesmen getting them in where you could support a family and not have to go to college. That's important for kids to know. You can be a revered person in your community, and you don't have to touch foot on an expensive college or anything like that. So I would like to expound on that more in the coming years. And I think that we have so many ideas right now. It's kind of hard to say exactly what we want to do, but I think that our goal right now, if I was to outline anything, is just the programs being self-sufficient so that we're organizing them and providing them.
All right. And how often are the programs? We talked about science camp, but do you have monthly events that you're organizing, or how is it structured?
It's just structured on how we can get all our volunteers on the board together to organize something. If we set a goal and then the time doesn't allow us to reach up here, we're just happy that we've made something happen. We've got money into some activity for some kids. So again, that aids in the creativity on our end. Very flexible with what we're doing. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we already talked about wanting volunteers from the community. How else can the community help you? What supplies could people provide? Are you giving school supplies to kids?
Yes, we do. And that's another thing on our website that you could go and communicate with us. If you would like to just donate some school supplies, then we could put them in the hands of kids who need that. Another program that we have is this shirt here. We have a buy one, give one. So if you buy one of our T-shirts, we will give one to the kids, and they get excited to represent. And we have a pretty cool design by one of our previous members. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
wonderful. And is there a contact phone number as well?
It's at the superintendent's office. We have 209-331-7010. I believe that's what it is. Right. I call it enough, but you know how it is with phones these days. It's all programmed in there.
It's all programmed.
Yeah. So, but she's in Lynn. She's more or less like our go-to. She's in there, so you can go ahead and ask for Lynn Avey, and she can do anything you need as far as giving you information and getting you connected to our Got Kids purpose.
Awesome. And to me, this has the huge potential to grow and help so many kids. And as I was excited to hear you talk about the trades, I'm going to be featuring an interview shortly on that. And it's so important because everyone is programmed that you need to go to college, and not everyone is geared to go to college. College is expensive. It's a huge time commitment. And the trades are amazing. You can partner with an existing trade and do an apprenticeship, and you can be tunneled into different paths of work, and you're earning living wage jobs.
Right.
And it's a great opportunity.
Well, and not to put down education, I'm actually a college student right now. I think it's important, if you love education or, that way of learning, go for it. But we need to remember that if people aren't aware of, those jobs, the tradesmen's jobs, we could potentially not have any buildings standing. No one would be there to fix them.
Electricians, yes. No, we need people that are able to do all types of skills for our society to function effectively.
Yeah, all of it, not just the most popular ones, So definitely very important to me.
All right. And obviously education is very valued to me. I spent 9 years in college and I loved it, but not everyone is cut that way.
Yeah, it's not fun for everybody. And some people just learn better out. They call it street smarts, I'm talking to my husband, a very successful man, and he can do a math problem one way, and I have no idea what he's doing, but he builds things on it, so I'm like, it works, It's different, but it works. So everyone's got their own way.
All right, and let's turn it around and come back to Leadership Lodi.
Yes.
So for our listeners and viewers that aren't aware, let's talk about what Leadership Lodi is.
Yeah. Actually, I would love for more people to know what it is, too, because I talk to people all the time, and I'm surprised that they don't know about it, but I didn't know about it before I got signed up either. And so what we get to do is we come together from different walks of life. I don't think any one of us in our group are from the same anything. And we get to learn about our community, and not just about the surface level. We went to Law and Justice Day and got to spend the whole day at the LPD, or at the Lodi Police Department, and learn about what they're integrating to help keep our community safe, how creative they get with their process so that everybody is safe and cared for on a personal level. We're in this together.
It's very personal, and to me, to hear that dispatch is integrated and that we're one of 2 cities that have that is amazing.
Communication. I mean, you can't even, show that any better. It's all about communication, everybody coming together. I missed Government Day. How was that?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. We got to hear from our vice mayor, and we got to do a mock city council vote and meeting, and we heard from our city manager and about all the different developments that are happening in Lodi. It was phenomenal. It was really fascinating. We heard about our legal system in Lodi, and then just like the other day, we heard from a judge as well. And it was awesome. I just love the experience, and you get to learn so much of how things are run behind the scenes that you would never pick up, that you'd have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, we can make assumptions all the time. And as we've seen in the last few years, not that it's not been the same thing for all time, but when you don't know about something, it's a lot easier to get upset about it. Mm-hmm. And when you're upset about something, it's a lot harder to do something about it. Really, I know it sounds opposite, but, until we're calm and able to communicate.
And work together.
Yeah. Yeah. And aware of what's going on. Yeah.
And then we have our project that we're doing.
Yeah, that's exciting.
That's very exciting.
Especially for whoever gets to go on the vacations, because I'm ready for one of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's our fundraiser for our project.
Yeah.
But do you want to talk about what our project is?
Yeah, so we're calling it Vacay Giveaway. And we've got the 4 trips that were donated, and we're going to...
amazing. Thank you to whoever donated the 4 trips.
Yeah, we... It's great trips too, not anything small. So we had one trip to Tahoe, donated a cabin that was completely renovated by its owner, actually one of our board members as well. And we also have a trip to Napa, which is huge for this area. Lots of people like to take coming visitors, family and friends out to experience the wine culture in this area. And that'll be an added facet if they win that part. We also have a trip to Maui, which is my favorite place, along with some airfare. And then we also have a nice trip to Cancun.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, that's going to be amazing, too, right on the hotel strip.
And
Beautiful
we're fundraising
beaches.
for our Lowell Center project, which is awesome. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. Wonderful purpose that they have there, making sure that people who have matured into an age where things have slowed down do not stay stagnant, that they're keeping busy, social, and active, and feel on purpose,
And we've actually done a show before here on Lowell Senior Center, and it's amazing. It's amazing Monday through Friday day program for seniors. And they provide a meal, and they provide activities, educational activities, physical activities, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and we're actually going to supplement that with our project, because
Yes.
we're going to put in a multimedia wall, which is going to make it easier for them to have everybody involved.
Yes, they'll be able to have more speakers. It'll be more interactive for their daily exercises and everything they do. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm very excited too.
And we're working on potentially doing some other things for them.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of our listeners or viewers want tickets, how do they get tickets?
Well, we have both a Facebook and Instagram account, Vacay Giveaway 2019 or 2019. And you can go ahead and message us, and we will get you your tickets. They're $25 each, or any above that, they're $20 each. We also are at Farmers Market for the remainder of the season, so that's big.
It's Thursday night.
Yeah.
Downtown Lodi.
Yeah, we're out there having fun, trying to make sure everybody knows we're not... the telemarketers. For some reason, I actually had someone come up to me the first time I went out there, and they're like, "Stop calling me." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not. This is a real deal. We're just trying to get you out of town and having fun, and then helping Lowell at the same time."
Helping the Lowell Senior Center.
Yeah, but we have a lot of fun out there.
And Lowell Senior Center is also special to the Rotary Club of Lodi. We've done several projects out there, and so it's wonderful to me that there's so many nonprofits that are doing amazing things and organizations that are just helping to improve quality of life.
Yeah, definitely. And we got to learn quite a bit about that on our health and safety day. You know, hospice came in and talked about that. We went to Lowell Center and learned about that. Yeah.
Red Cross was there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely important.
And the amazing hospital, the Adventist Hospital.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
all the programs that they offer. And
yeah. I knew it was a good hospital, but I didn't appreciate until we got to hear what was going on inside and how much they care. I mean, it's personal, to them.
We should say that Leadership Lodi is through the Chamber, and you can contact Lodi Chamber of Commerce if you're interested in applying for next year's class. I believe applications will be coming out shortly. For next year's class.
Yeah, Karen Alvarez, she's an all-star.
Yes,
Gets
we
us
definitely
all
want. I'm glad
organized
you
for-
mentioned her. We need
Yeah.
to give her a shout out.
Yeah.
And Pat Patrick has also been at several of our events, our activities, and it's been a great experience. I did Leadership Stockton a couple years ago, and it's just awesome to just get involved. I would encourage anyone listening or viewing to get involved in your community, and it's such a valuable way to make a difference.
Yeah, and on that note, I would also like to mention from a personal aspect what I've really enjoyed about it is you're not just learning how you can improve your community. You get to do activities with your teammates or your classmates that build into you as a person. Our first day, we did team activities that were kind of mind-blowing, and you're like, wow, I'd never thought about how I connect with other people in that way. And, that's important for us to understand how we interact with others and how we fit into a group. We're a family, so sometimes we disagree, but we come right back around and we support each other, and that's very important to know. Yeah.
Well, and it was fascinating to me because we're all leaders, and to do the testing to see where your strong areas were and to see how there was such a difference. I mean, I assumed that everyone was going to view things if you're a leader, you're going to have certain skills, but it was interesting to see the blend and how everyone has come together and used their areas of expertise to make things happen.
Absolutely. I think we discovered right away there was one commonality, and we were all very organized. Right? Everybody was organized, and so that's good. Gave us hope for a good project.
Definitely. And I'm excited about our project, and I know Lowell Center is really excited. And again, shout out to them. And we did have several different organizations present to us, and all of their projects were amazing. And it was really hard to decide who were we going to help this year.
Yeah. When you're given that choice, hard is kind of an understatement. That was where we first found we have so many passions in our group, because we wanted to do them all, and we can't.
They were all magnificent. They were all great organizations helping people, animals, and others throughout our community.
Yes. And what's exciting about that is we discover our passions about helping. Maybe they were already awakened for some of us, and maybe they just needed to get a boost, on some level. But now we're learning about how we can implement ourselves and help. Even if it's not with the group, even if we don't get the opportunity to do it as a class, we can go out and put our hands in and get involved.
Definitely. Maybe you heard about an organization that really spoke to you, but it's not where we're doing our project, but you can, on your own, go and assist them.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I'm getting ideas, so I'm excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else that you would like to add that we haven't talked about, either Leadership Lodi or Got Kids?
Well, I would like to point out that this Leadership Lodi program, the far-reaching effect it can have on our community. Like we talked about with kids, for me personally, it's important that we have a strong foundation, and wherever someone might not feel as strong, if they're struggling because they're a single parent, or if they're working and, they can't make ends meet, one person's inspiration can touch someone else, and then it can just trickle on. And so, maybe you don't have time to commit all the time, and just be honest about that. That's fine, but just do a little bit, and you'll see how it can really benefit the whole community.
Everyone can make a difference.
Yeah.
And I think time is a good point, because a lot of people might feel badly they can't donate money to
Yeah.
something, but time is just as valuable, and time is something that busy people don't have a lot of, and
Yeah.
other people might have more of. And just taking the time to work with kids, mentor kids, motivate kids, that has a huge impact for years to come.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes time is more valuable, you know, getting out there and having someone help you do something as simple as lifting kayaks out of the water afterwards because it's 100 degrees and we're hot, you know, and the kids are all over the place. Just having some hands, and you'd be surprised how people in the community come out when you ask.
That's
But
awesome.
volunteers definitely are, you know, in high need.
I was going to ask you, for your science camp or for a kayak event on the lake, how many volunteers does that take to put that together when you're out there?
Well, we did 90 kids this year. And of course, we didn't have full participation every day. So maybe it went down to 85 or 80, just because, you know,
That's a
someone
lot of
gets
kids.
sick. Yeah, something like that. But we were at 100 or above every day, just with the people scheduled to be there. And then sometimes we had additional people that came out to help. We had lifeguards out there to help at the beach. One day that added, you know, 5 people. My kid came out and helped, you know, because he's not allowed to participate, but he's got a lot of energy and he's on summer break, so he came out and helped. And so, yeah, I mean, as far as the science camp, how many people, it differs. I don't know.
But you need lots of people all the
It's
time.
always nice to have people. You know, I sometimes look like I'm a chicken with my head cut off. But, you know, I just try to keep a smile on while I'm doing it. So, yeah.
But that's awesome. And I'm sure lots of parents want to volunteer and be out.
Yeah, I actually want to mention we had some parents this year. You know, she was a single mom. She donated waters from Costco, you know, just because she couldn't help with time because she's busy. She's trying to support 3 kids. And she said, I can do this, though, you know, and had them picked up and already ready for us. I didn't even ask, you know.
That's
so
awesome.
Sometimes just the small things can really make the whole thing happen.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
And any companies that are major sponsors that you want to give a shout out to?
Well, definitely Diede Companies does. I mean, they're so
That's
generous.
shocking.
Yeah. Diede Companies is definitely a big contributor. Obviously, they're inspired by it, so they put a lot into it. Bregman Financial does like to put a lot into it. But I would definitely like to mention Michael David. Oh my gosh, they're wonderful. They're not necessarily involved hands-on, but they are a sponsor of our science camp.
They've helped with WOW also.
Yeah, and
They're
Rotary.
wonderful.
Rotary was a sponsor this last year, so
Yay.
that was, awesome. They let us come out and do presentations, and they get really excited about what we're doing. So and we do a My Books program. I just want to mention that real quick, too, where we go out, kind of tell parents about the importance of reading with your kids, you know, how it can affect them, even just in little bits. And then we have donated books given out to them. That's a wonderful program.
Where did the books come from? Is someone
Purchased them?
Wonderful.
Actually, yeah. I think that is a donation by Diede Companies. It has for a couple years. I'm not sure if it's every year. And you know, that's wonderful because they get to go home with some books that I read when I was a kid, or my mom. You know, so that's exciting.
That's awesome.
That creates memories.
So before we close, let's just review all of your contact information for Got Kids and also info for Leadership Lodi and the raffle.
Well, you can contact me personally at taylor.gotkids@gmail.com. And you can reach us by phone at the school district office, the Lodi Unified School District office. And that was the 209-331-7010. You can also go to our website, gotkidsca.org, and we are on both Facebook and Instagram. You can come in and follow us and see what we're about, and message us on there if you'd like, and we respond as soon as possible. We got a few people running those, so if one can't, someone else tries to respond. And then if you see us out and about, Or if you see someone wearing a shirt, ask them how they got it. I went to a taco truck in Lodi, and one of the gals was wearing this exact shirt, and I said, hey, she was one of my student volunteers for science camp this year. And
awesome.
So, it was nice to see her again, and I asked, can I take a picture? So, yeah, it's exciting to see us, kind of bleeding out into the community. People are becoming more aware of what we're trying to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And for Leadership Lodi, let's talk about the raffle tickets and how you get them.
Well, come visit us. I'm actually going to be there tonight at Farmers Market. We're going to be there the whole market, and we'll be waiting there. We won't harass you, but we have pretty signs up that tell you that we're there. We're right across the street from the chamber, right in front of Rosewood. Just, given the opportunity to sell tickets. And if you are not wanting to do the $25 or $20 tickets, we do take donations. We've had people come and offer donations because they didn't want to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Again,
but it's 1 for $25, 2 for $40, and 5 for $100.
Yeah. Or you could even do 3 for $60. We realized later on that it was actually just $20.
Telling people that.
But that's okay. We're not professionals. We're just volunteers.
And our drawing is Thursday, September 19th.
Yes.
At the Lowell Center, and it's at 5:30?
I think it was actually 6:30, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to have some wine, we're going to have some appetizers, and we're going to have some music. It's not a huge commitment, but you'll come out and see us and see what we're doing or have done. And, you can actually buy more tickets there if we have any left. They're going quick.
They are going quick.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah. I think all of us, our goal is to sell 65 tickets each, and it sounds like a lot, but it's easier than I expected it was going to be because the trips are so awesome.
Yeah, people want to go on the trips, and then especially when they find out that we're involved with Lowell, they really get excited about that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory from Got Kids of maybe how a kid expressed to you what it meant to them?
Without crying? Yeah, it was actually science camp last year. And there was a young girl, and she decided to stop communicating because she was panicking. And we didn't quite know why she wouldn't communicate. She wouldn't even make eye contact. And so after trying to reach her emergency contact for a while, and again, this is just an experience I would never get otherwise, I spent a lot of time trying to, because it was surreal. Of course I've had my 13-year-old ignore me, but not on this kind of scale. After trying a lot to get her to communicate with me, she finally gave me a very quiet yes, and we went for a nice walk, just her and I, and it just so happened that the emergency contact I was trying to reach was calling me the whole time. My phone was on silent, so I didn't get it, and we took a nice stroll around the whole park together, and she gave me a smile. And, long story short, it was very touching. Put it in perspective because she was actually foster, and so she goes home and doesn't get a hug at night, and she's in a room that's not warm. It's not, they try to do what they can, but they're working hard too with a lot of kids, So it puts it in perspective how important these opportunities are for kids that have families that have, jobs that bring a lot of money in, and the kids who have no opportunities at all. Don't even get that, touching contact that's so important for them. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's very important to me.
And this is a way that this organization can act as an equalizer because it gives kids opportunities that don't have any.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And, working with other organizations that like to do the same, and not just, organizations like WOW, but small businesses like 5 Window that just want to give any way they can, or, Headwaters that want to give people that experience and all of that.
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah.
That's really exciting. And I appreciate that you took the time today to talk about Got Kids, because I didn't know what it was until I met you. I hadn't heard of it before. And I'm excited that there's an organization out there that's trying to make a difference in the lives of children, and so important.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you
for
so much.
for doing what you do.
Thank you as well. You are endlessly busy making a difference, and that's a huge inspiration. So.
And anyone can make a difference. And I just want to emphasize that it's not just about money. It's about time and giving of yourself. And even if you don't think that you can have an impact in someone's life, you can.
Yeah. And about love. It really is. I know that's so cheesy, but it's true. So, yeah, definitely.
And any favorite memories or moments at Leadership Lodi?
Oh, God. Well, we got to shoot, in the shooting range the other day. That was pretty exciting. Gosh. Oh.
Did you do the fire pole at the firehouse?
I did. I was scared because I'm scared of heights, even though I skydived and all that. I was like, I don't know about this. And I was down with a hot second.
Awesome.
So did you do it?
I didn't do it.
No.
I didn't do it.
They told a horror story about someone breaking their ankle
Yes.
previously.
Yes.
And I was like, am I really doing this? But, so I went ahead and did it. But
That
very
was
exciting.
awesome.
There's new experiences every day. It's hard to really talk about all of them. Oh.
And Government Day that you mentioned was one of my favorites, but I also really enjoyed Ag Day.
Yeah.
And just learning about all of the things that are happening in agriculture, and it's such a foundation for our county, and organized things are on such a level of what it is to be a farmer today compared to what it was like 20 years ago, 40 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and how they give back to the community.
Yes.
You don't know how important that is to these, small families that churn huge business in town until you get to go and talk to them. And pretty much everything that they do is a balance of making the money and putting it back into their community. And that's huge.
It's huge. And that's a great point. I'm glad that you said that. And again, so many organizations that we have gone to see are helping, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Definitely. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Anything else you want to add?
I could probably sit here and talk to you all day.
I could talk to you all day too.
Yeah. So, but do you have any personal favorites from leadership so far?
I've enjoyed every day. I've walked away with new knowledge about amazing things in our community with every session. They've all been wonderful, and it's hard to believe that we're almost done.
I know. Well, and then when we had Nonprofit Day, we already talked about how we learned, what people are doing in the community, but we learned about the traveling shower bus.
Showered with Love.
Yeah.
And I knew about them. I knew about most of them, but the teen center I didn't know about.
Yeah. Well, and I actually
180
went
Center.
there when I was a teen. And that was huge for me because it was a safe place that I could go and get dropped off and hang out with my friends and come home, and I felt independent. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like I was going to some sort of after school daycare or something like that. It was involved, and engaged. Another one that was important for me was the American Legion, with the veterans. And they do need youthful people to come in. No insult, but those are our pillars, our mature pillars, and they need help, revamping their space. And so I'm looking to hopefully get involved with that too.
Awesome.
Yeah, because that's important to me.
They host so many crab feeds, and we should say they just celebrated their 100th year.
Yeah.
And so that's a huge deal. So shout out to them. But yeah, they wanted help with a ceiling project, and we weren't able to do it. But we also heard that I think one of the Rotary clubs is helping them with some other renovation, which is great.
Yeah, sometimes just knowing to go and ask, and you can get things, done for your organization to help bring people together. I was in band in high school. We had so many events at the American Legion Hall. That's an important place to me, and so, and I think that a lot of people in our community would say the same. From Stockton, Lodi, Galt, out to Lockford, everywhere. I think that that's an important location. So
definitely
keep it going.
And we went to Pals.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And obviously I'm partial to that.
Yeah, their new facility is fantastic, and that it's not just a dungeon. We have these.
Oh, it's amazing. It's gorgeous.
But it's important to remember that just like, the children I was talking about, they need love, just to get locked up. That's not good for them. And
definitely.
And it hinders their opportunity to have a healthy life thereafter, feel for that. So.
But the facility is beautiful, and they've been on the radio before, and I'm hoping to have them on again so we can talk about their needs and how we can help to finish up their project so they can open and start and do more to save animals' lives.
Yeah. Or, getting the opportunity to, something that I find with Got Kids too, like we were talking about, asking the volunteers for specific, help, supplies or time here and there. I think with PALS, a lot of times people who cannot adopt those pets don't know how they can help. Maybe they don't have extra cash to throw at something, but if they have an extra blanket, I know that they get a little bit too many blankets sometimes, but, getting involved with maybe liking them on Facebook,
walking
food.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Grooming dogs.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. If you could just have someone come and walk a dog, I mean, I'll do it. Do they really? They let you come and do that?
Yeah. A lot of this, not just them, but Delta Humane is looking for that. The regular shelters, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because
that's therapeutic.
They need, yes, that's a win-win. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I might bring them all
You
home
might
with
have to
me.
do
Yeah,
that.
I'm going to be there for sure. That's
and we went
awesome.
to WOW,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
was great fun. That was amazing.
And something I want to point out about that I keep forgetting is that's for all ages. They are trying to implement education for adults too. I think they're putting in a program for teaching about fermentation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is huge.
That fits perfectly
Yeah.
with our wine culture.
Absolutely, and it's not just a little kid's place, which it's just as wonderful for them and going with them because you're excited about all the experiments that you get to see. But it's for all ages, and that's important to remember because, with them expanding, it's important for us all to come together and help them do that. They work hard.
And we went to the village, and my Rotary Club is going to be there today. And a big part of that was founded by one of our members.
Oh,
and it's just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I can't remember the exact numbers that they gave, but Lodi is one of the most charitable per capita communities in the area, I've heard. And
that's awesome to hear.
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, if the phrasing's wrong or something, please nobody come and hate mail me or something like that. But between Lodi and Stockton is doing a lot of wonderful things right now too, and we kind of consider Lockford, Campo, and all that part of the Lodi community. I think it's clear.
And Woodbridge. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have amazing individuals and groups in this area.
Definitely.
We're almost unstoppable. We can do anything.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And unfortunately, the negative sometimes gets way too highlighted. And to me, that's one of the things that I love about the Voice of San Joaquin is we are promoting and highlighting the magnificent.
Yeah. That positivity, absolutely.
Yes.
Putting it out there with intention and on purpose. Yeah. To replace those things that can be a little discouraging sometimes.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's wonderful getting to talk to you about all this.
That's great. All
Yeah.
right. Well, once again, I just want to thank you for coming on air today. Any final comments?
Go ahead and reach out to me. And we'll talk about, I love to get inspired. I love to help people get inspired about things personally, just me, myself, and I. So even if you just need to talk about ideas that you have, I need ideas all the time. And I get really excited. So it'll help you get excited about your ideas too.
See, in Leadership Lodi, we all share our ideas all the time.
Yeah.
We might not all agree, but collaboratively we discuss things and we're innovative and it's awesome. And I'm looking so forward to our project and actually doing the groundwork for it and then seeing the end result.
Yeah. Well, another thing is getting to meet important individuals in our community, the people who are truly making a difference. For long amounts of time, they've been making a difference, and we finally get to put that face with that activity or the thing that we enjoy in town, and that's huge. Really touching on the personal aspect of our community and how it thrives.
Definitely. I couldn't agree more. Very well said.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. And with that, I'm going to sign off.